Hey yo, what's good? It's Cammygbr. We are here. Before we start, salute Trenches Battle Rap League from the UK. They just released Kaale Smooth versus Craig G and Chess versus A Petrelli. Great battles from both. You should check them out on their YouTube channel. I'll have the battles in the description, but check out the channel. It was from an event at the end of January, so it's actually quite a quick turnover, to be honest. But before we talk about this, I want to just give them a shout out. Let's get right to it.
I must not give in to these fantasies of weakness. Doubtless this is some charm laid on me by an evil shaman, evil sorcerer. Only the chase has meaning. It's meaning.
Yeah. Keep running. Look, I'm in the outback where it's spooky. Wildcats still pursue me like owls do to the rats and the clouds do when I'm moody. Proud dads to Suzuki's. You backed out and amuse me. I'm good here from I tear your whole crown flat. From I'm in the outback with no neighbors. Giant snakes and the gators. You feel fear in your veins ever since the moment you came in. Heat raises the stakes and big meat is the fragrance. I reign here from a day you to doubt that. From I'm in the outback with my chest out, I'm the best out. Who's next? Put you through the test, do to chew your neck out. Man, you eat through tube and bed bound. From I eat mountains for breakfast. Keep rounds in these
Yo, shout out to everybody out there who's watching this. Subscribe to the channel. We're doing big things. My man Cammy. It's your man Caps, aka Angry Fan Man. We up out of here, man.
What's good? We are here. Yes, I'm in pink today. Cause why the fuck not? And yeah, I thought I had more to say about that, but fuck it, we ball. April 4th and April 5th. Some might say there's too much battle rap going on, but that's for them. That's for them guys that say battle rap is dead. There's a lot going on, and I want to talk about it. Between No Cut 2, the event that they had in New York last year for like T-Top and that are having now in North Carolina, and Detroit for Calicoe's card for him and Suge rematch. There's a lot to talk about. How about we start off with T-Top's event, and then we'll go on to Calicoe's event after. Let's go. Loso versus... Is it Chino Savi? I mean, I'm glad they're finishing off the tournament. I thought the Loso was out the tournament, but maybe because it was already done, I thought. But, I mean... After the year that Loso had... even with a lot of losses and whatnot, I think Loso wants to turn around this whole year, so I'm going to go with Loso. That's a pretty easy one for me. I'm sure Chino Save will do well, but I don't know. There's a veteranship, and there's something about being in all these other leagues and whatnot, and then coming out as a winner. So let's just get right past that one. Loso's winning this. Let's go, Loso. Earn that money, bro. Earn that money. Ill Will versus Swamp. Now, I like this battle. I do. As stylistically, I like this battle. I'm surprised they've not looked to book this on URL. It's like, is Swamp under that URL contract right now? I don't know. Considering the amount of cards that have been happening recently from the URL as they develop momentum and whatnot, I'm surprised that there's not... I was surprised that Swamp isn't there, you know, taking advantage of it all. But Swamp's been more TBL and all these other leagues and stuff. He's definitely left. He's definitely not been in URL for a while. Or it feels like that anyway. And Ill Will's just back, you know. But it's a little dangerous because, I mean, what was it? I feel like Ill Will has so many battles now, like, because RBE's just returned. And I think it was Ill Will versus Remedy Local. Yeah, I think it's Remedy Local. And we've just had Ill Will battling Real Sick on the weekend prior as a film in this, and we've also just had Ill Will versus Tay-Rock, and I think he's got She'd Happens in the middle of this as well. So like, there's so much. Ill Will's trying to get this money. Like, bro, that must be 40-50 grand in a few months that he's just earned that. Like, that must be. I'm not a pocket watch kind of guy, but bro, he's making paper. He is making paper. Like, and you know what? Respect to him. Every battle's been clean so far, but when you're taking 5 battles in the space of 8 weeks, it's a little difficult for me to think that you'll win this one. But Swamp, you know, when Swamp is on, pause, Swamp is on. But it's not always like that. So there is always a possibility that Swamp just shows a half-assed performance, and Ill Will just styles it. Ill Will with the freestyles, all of this, and does all the intangibles that Swamp doesn't. But I'm hoping Swamp is dialed in, because in battle rap culture, Swamp is kind of like he's one of the guys. He's one of the top guys in the culture. But he's had some great performances and whatnot, but there's been some that have just been a bit, to me even, a little bit like, it's okay. But they're heralded higher than, to me, that they should be. So I hope that Swamp can prove me wrong. I mean, he has nothing to prove me wrong with, but in my mind, I'm like, Swamp really could. I know there's a better Swamp in there. Like for example, for me, peak Swamp is his second round versus T-Rex. That's peak Swamp. I want more of that. It doesn't always give me that, whether it's the hollow performance and, you know, give and take. So Swamp versus Chef Trez, for example. So I'm going to, because Ill Will has like 5 battles in 8 weeks, I will say that this is probably going to be a win for Swamp, but I'll never count Ill Will out, and I think this will be a good battle. I do Clips versus Anderson Burris. Charlie. Are you ready? Like, so if there's anyone that's going to be able to diffuse what Anderson Burris does, it's Charlie Clips. And Charlie Clips does have an argument to say here. You are using my style, but just promoting it better. You like, it's clarity, it's set up punch, it's simple, it's digestible, but then that could be Anderson's angle of, I took your style. Because it's not as if you couldn't have them rap together and think that it's actually going to be, that they're actually close like that. But if you really break it down, Anderson kind of does what Charlie Clips has been doing for a long time. But in saying that, the level of consistency from Anderson Burst has been next to none. Like there's not. This is coming on to like Geechee winning Cote, that 2017, 2018 winning champion of the year type situation. Like, or maybe 2018, 2019, of just being consistent. I know it's not as many battles and whatnot, but there's just a level of consistency that is coming from Anderson Burris that you're always going to get a highlight performance from him. And it's quite a marvel to see. And with these type of battles, Charlie Clips does, like Clips is so annoying because I want Clips, let's say for example, I'll take the A-Ward battle, doesn't really do too much, and this is the A-Ward rematch at Chrome, doesn't really do too much there. Real Sick doesn't do that much, but then you give him O Solo. You give him O Solo, and he just goes crazy. Why? Why? So, but O Solo's kind of in. I wonder if Clips maybe worries about getting joked to death, so he goes the extra mile to then prepare for that. And I think, you know what? If there was any battle we would need a prime Clips for, it'll be this one, because if Clips dies and Anderson Burris dunks on him, oh, that's getting clipped for millions and millions of views in different reels all across TikToks and social medias. That's exactly what's going to happen. So I need Clips to do well, because I don't want him to get dunked on, but he might. He might get dunked on. So I'm going to go 2-1 Anderson Burris. For now, 2-1 Anderson Burris, but I need prime Clips. I need that. Because the one thing that Anderson hasn't done, because I know it's not always about, and he did it a little bit for the Joy France battle. It'd be good if Anderson could clip the opponents. You know what I mean? And just have like, yo, Charlie Clips was talking to me, and then clip that, and then that could also go viral, and you know, put other people on your platform. But it is Anderson's platform, and Anderson is protecting that platform, and is reaping the benefits of it every like. I be getting clipped, bro. I still can't get over that at work with none of these people know battle rap. No. This is regular ass job. You know, people in suit and ties and things like that. Not like, I'm not a suit and tie. I'm a t-shirt and joggers level guy at work. But like, but the suit and ties come over and say, I seen a video of you on social media. What is it that you go to? And I'm having to explain battle rap. I'm having to explain what it is. So yeah, it still bewilders me. 2-1 Anderson Burris. Let's go. So this battle is getting spicy. A-Ward versus Chess. I like the way that they're talking. They're selling the battle. Or at least A-Ward on Twitter is selling the battle, and Chess is kind of doing your hip-hop is real interviews and whatnot. They're selling the fight. They are selling the fight. And I love that. I thought Chess done really well versus A Petrelli. A little thing at the start, but a little hiccup at the start. But other than that, did amazing. And A-Ward has just come off of beating Jazz the Rapper, which I don't know many battle rappers that could actually beat Jazz the Rapper. So how do we do this? In my mind, A-Ward probably does beat Chess. Like, you know what? Chess can do what Chess does. A-Ward can almost do. So like the place where Chess is willing to go, A-Ward can almost get there. Like if stat wise, right? However, what Chess lacks, and about, let's say, 1/3 of an area that Chess just excels: performance, bars, delivery, right? Presence, right? Then you have like your freestyle schemes and whatnot. Like, I would then, like, A-Ward does 2/3 better of what Chess is. Basically what I'm saying, A-Ward controls the intangibles. A-Ward he can freestyle, he's of the moment, he's a lot clearer in his projection in general, and when A-Ward is going off, like, it's easier to follow him, where a lot of times with Chess, you're like, oh, where's he going with this point? Oh, and you catch it at the end, where A-Ward is a lot easier to follow. Kind of like I said, the Anderson Burst, digestible, right? So with A-Ward being more digestible in a crowd, and although America, you know, like, the Chess is talking their lingo, so I'm not, it might not be too much of an issue there, but in general, A-Ward can do a lot more than what Chess can. But a peak Chess, and you know what, I'm looking forward to, I think this is the last Horseman for Chess to battle, apart from our old boy, what you call him, Streets, not our Streets. Why have I forgotten his name? The fourth member, you know what I'm talking about. So, I hope there's another conversation, because Chess versus Loso and Chess versus Saga are either incredible performances or classic battles. I remember listening to Chess versus Saga, and I'm at an age where I'm still like questioning things. So I'm like 21, 22, something like that. How long that battle? Something like that. But I love Chess's perspective on like Christianity and whatnot, and A-Ward will have a rebuttal for it for sure. But man, when Chess gets to talking that religion stuff and the pain it always lands. So I might even stamp this as battle of the night. of the T-Top card, but I'm going to go A-War 2-1, but this will be incredible. Here's me. I'm going to take a minute here. Twerk. Don't fuck up a classic. Do not fuck up a classic. Twerk, 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 twerk. Listen to me, twerk, 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 twerk. As you see the battle rap bloggers do, twerk. Don't fuck up a classic, bruh. Do not fuck up a classic. Now this is your opportunity. You had easy the block captain. You know, and that went how it went. You had some good material, but was completely choppy, and we're apologizing at the end of it. Come on, like you had a few months off. You've had a few months off. Like, unless I'm not seeing something that you were on, I might have missed something. But you've not been totally active in the culture. Do not fuck this up. So, like, Twerk versus Nitty. Nitty right now, Rum Nitty's at a point. He's still at prime, which is incredible. How does he keep getting away with it? How does Rum Nitty keep getting away with this? Like, just being the best writer in battle rap for multiple years. Like, how does he keep getting away with this? Just had another highlight performance versus Mike P. Like, Rum Nitty's catalog of performances is probably the best catalog in battle rap. If you go through every battle, everyone's battle between him, Tay-Rock, Geechee, the catalog, maybe even JC, is just some. Rum Nitty has the best catalog to me. Like, and another great performance versus Mike P. It just, Rum Nitty can't be stopped. I do think Rum will win this because, and that's, you know what, I fuck with Twerk. I remember being with Twerk after the Lux battle briefly. As I was doing the interviews for Lux and all that, I come over. I just chopped up with Anwar for a minute, and I remember just Twerk. I didn't want to give him an interview because I knew he felt bad. It wasn't for me to shove a camera in his face. Like, he was good. So I naturally root for Twerk because I want him back. Because Twerk is the Stone Cold Steve Austin of battle rap, or he's the it factor, and he has been for a long time. And he maybe he's a bit like The Rock. He's the most electrifying and has been for so many years, and so many have tried to replicate what Twerk does, and it doesn't work. But Rum Nitty's the best in the world. Rum Nitty is the Bret Hitman Hart. He's the CM Punk. Maybe not CM Punk this time around, but like at prime CM Punk. Rum Nitty is the greatest of all time. And I don't think I can. Absolutely is the greatest of all time. So I can never bet against Rum Nitty. I would never normally bet against Twerk. But the form that Twerk has been on, and the fact that this isn't the only battle of the weekend that Twerk has, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And I can't imagine Twerk's going to show up for both. So we've had Twerk, who's, let's be real, even versus Lux, wasn't the greatest versus Lux. Wasn't the greatest. And it just, the angle didn't work. And he lost momentum in the crowd and had to fight that back. So with that, and then the easy battle that got pushed back further, the Gwitty battle that got off the fuck, didn't it? Gwitty. So we never got that, but I have to go Twerk. No, I'm going Rum Nitty 2-1, but Twerk, I'll be rooting for him, but this is ridiculous. I can't imagine he's going to be prepared totally for both. There might be a bit of stumbling and whatnot. If he is, and that means Twerk, if he beats both Nitty and Marv, Twerk's back. Twerk is back. And the culture needs him back. The culture, Twerk is Superman. And we need him back in battle rap. And we need him back focused. So, Rum 2-1, because Rum's the greatest of all time. This would have been battle of the night if it wasn't for Twerk's shaky performances. And I wish this battle wasn't. It's going to sound awful because we've got loads of rematches actually this weekend. We could have held this one off. This could have been URL Summer Madness rematch event where you get because you could even let's look. Imagine this, right? Just off of the battles alone, this could be Summer Madness worthy, right? Off the 3 battles that are coming this weekend, we have Twerk versus Nitty, Arsenal versus Clean. That could be a surprise battle. You know what I mean? Surprise battle. Arsenal versus Clean, Calicoe versus Suge, and then you would just have to put in Tay-Rock, Charlie Clips, Cortez versus T-Rex, amongst other things, right? I might even make a whole rematch card or some shit like that. We'll look into it. So 2-1 Nitty, maybe 3-0 just off of Twerk's form. Tay-Rock versus Solo. This will just be fun. Like, let's not put too much stakes on this. I think Tay-Rock will win, but this will be fun. It'll be like Tay-Rock and Ines. This will just be fun. You know, Tay-Rock's just come off of the battle versus Shotty Horror. I think he lost. I did a live stream. People thought he won. It was like 54%. It was quite a good amount of votes in there too. And we had Solo, who's just gone viral for loads of different things. Dre Dennis is just utilizing Solo for everything. So it's just really funny that. As I was saying, I think. Let's not put too much stake into this. Tay-Rock 2-1. Solo will have a round where he's just the most electrifying. He'll have whatever he wants to say, it'll land, right? And now we get to a main event, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, as if there's ladies watching this, and if you're a lady, hey, what's up? Put yourself in the comment. If you're a lady watching battle rap, you're a dime a dozen if you are. So Verb versus T-Top. This battle they've attempted to book this on URL and other leagues quite a lot. It's just something that never came to fruition. We're getting it on T-Top's league. Now, Verb's under a lot of fire right now. Verb, obviously, there's the ghostwriting angle. There's the J Mills disses. There's the fallouts with Briz. Like, there's a lot that can be said to Verb recently, especially the Spaces activity and whatnot. And I actually... Maybe Verb blocked me, actually. I've not seen a space from Verb in a little while. He's probably blocked me. I'll have to check that later. But yeah, so we've got T-Top, who is, you know, the thing with T-Top, man. T-Top he's super consistent and he knows how to take the angles. Like I think, unfortunately, in the UK, it was just that he took forever to get, like, there's points where he could have called time and the rounds just went on for too long, and I don't know if the perception was supposed to be, oh, I'm kicking his ass, so I'm gonna keep going. No. You're good. It wasn't like Disaster versus Sharon, respectfully, but it was a while. It took a bit of energy out of the room at the time. Editing's very important in battle rap. It always has been. What was it? Is it Edgar Allan Poe? He once said it was writing a letter to his friend during the war or something like that, and he was like, I'm so sorry, this letter is 4 pages long. I didn't have enough days to write this. So, you know, the power of shortening your material. Back to the battle. So, like I said, T-Top's very good at the angles. He's very good at building up the momentum to the angle of where's the final punch going. Boom, 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 boom. This is what T-Top's very good at. But, you know, Verb is a rapper. Verb is someone, like, Verb is very mythical and very, like... The swing of the swords with the the gift of Aberborn with the swing of the swords with the like Verb is very imaginative. He's like I got a Ginsu I borrowed from Vishnu and this news, and I get him with a Mishu and then I hit with the Mishu. Like, if you hadn't seen, I tried to lift my foot up there, but I couldn't get it that far up the camera. But that's what Verb does. Verb is very mythical, very much the representation that Verb does. It's very ethereal. Like, that's not gonna work. It's gotta be disrespectful. It's gotta be an attack. I don't know. Like, Verb beat JC without really attacking him. It was a bizarre thing. So T-Top is going to have to win this. If Verb gets away with this, we're not going to hear the fucking end of it. So T-Top has to win. And it's, oh, your Anglesmith couldn't do anything with me. Like, had all this great material. Like, like Verb will start doing this Trump angle. It'll be like, we really need T-Top to win. So T-Top 2-1-3-0. It sucks because Verb, even Vegan Verb was my favorite battle rapper right up until I think probably just after, like, maybe I think a good place to end where Verb was my favorite was, and this is going to be long, by the way. This isn't like, oh yeah, 2014 and all that, and then things changed, because yeah, things changed. But I liked Cocaine VZ. I liked Verb Von Doom. I like these iterations. I like the Verb versus Lux, Verb versus B Dot, Verb versus Mook. I like what he was saying to Pat, even though Pat kind of demolished him. Rest in peace, Pat. I like that shit. Right up to near the end, I think you could put a line between Verb versus Easy and everything after that. Verb versus A-Ward's great. That was a great one. But like him versus Swamp wasn't great. Like, there was a lot of bad performances. But I'm deviating from the point again. As I was saying, I think T-Top will win 2-1, at least 3-0, because I think T-Top will have the angles and it will be able to momentum build, but T-Top needs to pause, spread the angles. Why am I doing that with my hands? Push the angles, you know what I mean? Like, don't put everything in one round and then think you could go bar for bar. Just, you know, have an angle, go bar for bar on that angle and reiterate the point. And then on another round, another angle, reiterate the point. And because there's so much material, you can't throw it in one round or the round's going to be 20 minutes. So, not that I'm giving advice, because salute T-Top, but needs to win this. And that's a way to win it, by being a bit more digestible and easy for us to understand. So, while we are here, let's talk about Calicoe's card. So, Calicoe is back the next day, April 5th, which is mad. And let's go over that card, because there's good things to talk about that card too. So, respectfully, even though I know Dre Dennis, I'm going to skip the first two. What was it? Devious versus Dre Dennis and Breezy Will versus Merlo. Merlo's had a bit of buzz. Is that Merlo 1-5? I think that's Merlo 1-5. If not, I have seen Merlo's name, and I've seen Breezy Will as well. They have a bit of buzz around them, but I'd actually need to delve into them a bit more. It's fine to say, even though I should be watching everyone, it's fine to say, okay, I need to figure out more of them. So, no judgment. I know Dre Dennis. Dre Dennis always cooks, so, like, it's going to be one of those where Dre Dennis will probably win his battle, because that's what Dre Dennis does. He's got 200 battles for a reason, and I just hope that they're going to be good. I hope they'll be good. That being said, let's just get right into the first one then. Kitchen Clean versus Arsenal rematch. Now, it seems like Kitchen Clean's kind of been in form. Like, I've not heard a story that Kitchen Clean's ran off on a battle in a while. Was the last one... God, when was the last one? I feel like there was one where it was like Clean versus T-Rex. I think that might be the last I heard. But like, that's the last I heard. And I sort of maybe tuned that out. But this is an Arsenal rematch. This is for Calicoe's card. There'll be a big bag behind this. So Clean will probably show up. And Arsenal's been good. I know, yes, Arsenal lost to Anderson Burris, but everyone does, because Anderson Burris, like, the one thing about Anderson Burris, actually, the topic of him again, is that if you lose to Anderson, it doesn't mean that much. There's not a high stakes battle with Anderson Burris, because Anderson just does what Anderson does, and so no matter what, you're going to get clipped out anyway. So it's not exactly high stakes. So I'm going to push that one to the side. But Arsenal has been good. It's been pretty consistent the past while. Especially beating Jazz and the great performance versus Giannis. So I'm expecting good work from Arsenal here. I'm expecting Arsenal to win. He did just have the on-beat battle versus Kande, where I think he won a round and then lost the other two. But I mean, that's on beat stuff, so I'm not putting too much weight on that either. But clean, it's another one of these that was damn near classic battles. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Just give everything you've got. Just come on. Don't fuck this up. So I'll go 2-1 Arsenal. Clean could get a highlight on Arsenal, but no, this is Arsenal we're talking about here. This is Quest McCody versus O-Red. Quest McCody, I think we need to look over Quest McCody's like last year and a half, because he is just, what, he had the Tay-Rock battle, he had the Arsenal battle, he's had that, he's picking up these legacy battles now, like, quite frequently, like, considering Quest is like 25 years in the game, and now he's just getting these legacy battles. Like, respect to him, because he was holding back for a long time. He was like, I'll just wait before it's my turn. Boom, now I'm going to get these battles where battle rap is, they say battle rap is on its knees. They say that, but I would disagree, but that's for another video. But the fact that the Quest has waited till now, you know, that's clever. Like, so I look forward to seeing how this goes. I am probably a little O-Red biased. I for a long time, I remember between myself and Caps, God bless Caps, I remember like, to me, O-Red was the best in Jersey, and he was for a long time, even beyond the translation. He was like, he just had the pace, the momentum, and wait, like, I'll go back to O-Red versus Cortez. That's one of my favorite battle rap performances ever in Smack Volume 2. What was it? What was the bar he had? Now that bitch is sandal. That mean the fetus out. I go with it. Oh man, like, and that's the thing. O-Red can make a bad concept like feet, like it like defeat, like he can make that type of pun good. Now that bitch is sandal because the fetus out, like, just crazy. But yeah, so I have to make that clear. I'm probably O-Red bias. I think on the day, I think O-Red probably has that ability to really smother Quest and make the situation quite difficult for Quest to get out of, and in a way that is just pacing, boom, 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 boom. When that momentum building, there's not many people better at momentum building than O-Red. So if we get that, but the likelihood we're going to get that, like Jack Boy was good. Jack Boy was a good performance, but I don't know. I feel like I need to rewatch that one to kind of get a better perspective of that again. But so with that being said, Quest McCody has been on a bit of a legacy run. O-Red, a favorite of mine, but he's operating at like 60-70% of what my mind peak O-Red is. So operating at that, I'm going to give this to Quest McCody 2-1, because Quest McCody at least has been consistent at a level and putting up fights against some of the best in the game. So, and here is the other battle of Twerk versus Marv 1. Marv, you better get your get back. Marv, get your get back, because that 2-on-2 was disgusting. Like, that performance, I remember watching that live and just being amazed. I wish I was there. That's one of those ones. God, that's an event. Like, if they ever do a double impact, that's gonna be the next petition. Double impact in the UK. That will be the next petition. Cause bruh, it would be insane. Just the energy of it and everything. That's my next petition. But what he alone did to you in Quest, bro, Twerk alone had the whole culture questioning if you guys were a good 2-on-2. He had the whole culture saying, yo, these guys were never good. And totally forget the Chess and Steam's performance, DNA, K-Shine performances, and all these performances, Geechee and B-Dot performance as well, right? Totally made you forget all of this because of a slam dunk. Bro, you need to get your get back. And could Marv take the energy away from Twerk? Now, it's in Detroit, so that's instantly a boost for Marv. However, Twerk is a favorite almost everywhere, but Twerk is battling Nitty the day before. So, as I said before, I think he's going to have to bring his best shit for Nitty, and I'm saying this respectfully, best shit for Nitty in that moment, and lose. And then he's going to bring some good material for Marv, and probably lose. Because he doesn't want to die. I hope if he dies at one of these battles, I hope he cooks the next one. I hope it's not... I swear to God, if I don't want to put this bad juju out there. If Rum Nitty kills Twerk, 3-0, let's say Twerk chokes, I can't see Twerk then battling the next day. I can't. And I don't even know if he'll manage the battle the next day. It'll be a situation where Twerk has to battle first, hop on the plane, and get over. If I'm correct in saying, and my map might be totally wrong, but North Carolina to Detroit's fucking up there. It's up there. It's east. It's up there. So in North Carolina, that's way down. That's on its way to the south. So that's a fucking long journey. You have to be on fucking go to get that right. So I'm gonna go with Marv 1. Again 2-1, but Twerk could easy steal this. But I just hope to God that I hope to God we get Twerk back. I hope we get Twerk back, but I just don't see him winning this weekend at all. Now we're at the main event of this Calicoe's card, and it is Shotgun Suge versus Calicoe. Now this comes from this is another battle that could have been on this rematch card. It absolutely should have been on this rematch card, but oh well. It is what it is. I think it's something that would be considered for the future, but F it, we ball. So this battle started off with for the UK guys that don't know, it started off from a battle of Calicoe versus Shotgun Suge, and this was at the same event as Hitman versus Arsenal, and I think Sokan versus Fox. So for people that have seen that venue where Sokan is in the white Monopoly outfit, and that same event was Calicoe versus Suge, and in that battle Suge disrespects Proof, which then leads into Calicoe versus Arsenal, main event in Detroit, and Arsenal goes, "My brother Suge got that shotgun," and then Trick Tick running through, Trick being I'll just say a personality from Detroit coming through, and it's, "I thought you ain't no shotgun, Suge," all this shit, right? And stop causing the ruckus in the battle and shit, right? And this then also has things to do with circumstances in Detroit, and Sue Surf then getting picked up for having arms on him, all this jazz. So there's a lot of repercussions that happen because of this one battle of Calicoe versus Suge, amongst other things that then happen afterwards, right? What was the last Shotgun Suge performance? I actually, on the top of the head, I don't know. It feels like Shotgun Suge hasn't been battling for ages. Where Calicoe, last that we seen him was versus Rum Nitty, and he was fucking styling on him. However, Calicoe does have a battle versus Show Off the week before. The week before has a battle versus Show Off on RBE, because RBE's back as I'm recording this, which is mad. Mad that RBE's back, first of all, and even if it is like a free event, as they're saying and all that, right? It's mad that they're back, and having Calicoe there before, I've not known Calicoe to take battles back to back like this. Calicoe's always whether it's his battle versus Goods or like a battle on URL and whatnot, it's always the spaced gap because you can't rush Calicoe's a great, he's one of those that you can't just book back to back like this. So I'm surprised that the RBE managed to get him on this while he has his own card to come through. But you know, even versus like Calicoe versus Swamp, for example, and like we've had so many great performances from Kaale, and you know, I cannot remember the last battle we've seen from Suge. It was probably on the app, like if I'm because the last one I remember is Suge versus Easy, but I know he's battled since. And you know, that was a highlight performance versus Easy, and Jersey Easy, he was just a little too confident on what he was doing, and Suge fucking punished him. Like that was like, Easy was good, but Suge was great, you know. And Suge can be. I watched Suge versus Verb just on the random. It was a fucking amazing battle. Like, you go back and watch that and go, dog, that was actually a fucking great battle. So it's hard to say who's gonna win. But you know, this is Calicoe. I think Calicoe's had more highlight performances than Suge more recently. I just have to go with Kaale. And there's usually that thing of, oh, you're running an event and doing all this shit, bruh. If I'm correct in saying, 48 hours before he battled Swamp and done what he done to Swamp, he was in a jail cell. Like, he got pulled over and he was locked up, and then got out like the day of the battle, and just went nuts. So like, I can't put the cloth of, oh, running an event pressure on Kaale, because Kaale makes it look so fucking easy. So for me, I think Kaale's gonna win it, but it should be a great battle. Maybe this is my battle of the night stamp on this card, but it's hard to say. So yeah, Calicoe's such a great, and they're both great, and I'm glad. Hopefully, I wonder if Suge will apologize. The angle. I wonder if Suge is going to flip the angle and try and make good with trick and whatnot, and just sort of be like, right, this is how it's going on. This is how it is. I was young and dumb. I was doing anything to win a battle, and then I realized the repercussions of it. So it's not my character or something. So that'll be really interesting. But yeah, that is the video there, guys. I very much appreciate y'all. I will catch you on the next one. Cammygbr. Peace.
I feel just how you feel tonight. Let me do what I can do.